Hi, Luna Moth here. Um, I want to talk about a different perspective on the pole shifting. Um, so, a lot of times we use expressions and we don't really think about what they mean. So the expression, the polar opposite. So, why do we say that? Well, we use it to accentuate the word opposite. So if something is the polar opposite, it's like it is the direct opposite, the mirror opposite, the as opposite as it can get is basically what it's saying. So if we think about the state of our world now and what's going on, I would say the pole that we are or have been living in, let's say, is fear. The opposite of fear is love. So if the poles are shifting and shifting to the polar opposite, that would mean that we are shifting out of fear and towards love, out of war and towards peace, out of grudges and towards forgiveness, all of those things, which is why everything seems so chaotic right now. Because in order for that to happen, things have to come up to the surface and be alchemized, which means something dark has to be transformed into light. Which is why so many people are going through really dramatic situations right now, to force people to look inward and see if they need to offer any forgiveness to other people, if they have certain patterns that they need to break down, if they need to offer forgiveness to themselves, honestly. Things like that. So, I just thought I would give you a different visual picture, a different perspective on pole shifting and what that could mean, not only in a physical way, but in a metaphorical way. So there's that. Also, today I saw a lot of 688 and 788 once again. So, following my previous prediction, I would say that there is going to be a magnitude 6 to 7 earthquake coming. I know that's vague. Lately, that's kind of a common occurrence because giant earthquakes are just getting larger and larger, and a 5 or like a 6 or 7 just isn't that insane anymore. So it was kind of almost like a repeat of the last day that I was getting 188 all the time. Like today, again, I was seeing 188 everywhere. But I was also seeing all the little numbers that were like leading up to it, so like 288, 388, 488. And usually, like, I don't really pay attention to the small ones, honestly, because like a 2.0 earthquake is nothing anymore. It's really sad that we're at that point, but so just be on the lookout for an earthquake that is between 6.0 magnitude and 7.0. And, I also was at the Getty in Los Angeles today, the Getty Museum, and I noticed that all of their water features, like all of the fountains, everything is off. There's no water. They even have like a little brook or creek that runs down the center, that turns into a waterfall. And it was on like the lowest setting of water coming down it because of the drought that California is in. So that was kind of just like a confirmation to me, and the reason why I have been buying water. So there's that. I think that's all I wanted to go. Oh, remember, July 18th, United We Purge. There is that ad for the movie called The Purge. The Purge is actually a sequel, this one that's coming out on the 18th. But I feel like July is following like a specific timeline. And so far, everything that I've seen or kind of been warned about has definitely come to pass in the physical. And so, July 18th, putting it out there. United We Purge, an American tradition. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it doesn't sound great. If you read the premise of the movie, I think it's honestly more about the title of the movie, United We Purge. But the premise of the movie is basically that for 24 hours, there is no law. And you can do any crime, you can murder, you can do anything within that 24-hour period, and it's not illegal, and no one will do anything to stop you. And you will have no consequences, is basically what it is. And that's why they call it the Purge, because everyone, like, stores up all of their anger or whatever, and then on this one day a year, July 18th, is the Purge. So if you're caught outside that night, or if you don't have, like, a safe place to stay or something, then you're gone. You're dead. Sounds horrifying, honestly. So there's that. There's a little warning for that. I guess we'll see what happens. And right now I'm just kind of keeping my eyes on Israel, Gaza, Russia, that area, because I feel like there is just like just a thread, a tiny, tiny little thread, keeping things hanging in any sort of balance. And if something happens to that thread, it's just, I feel like it's like there's a giant chandelier hanging, looming above, just like on fire, and it's hanging on by a thread, and if that thread snaps, then it's just like this giant, this giant ring of fire is going to come crashing down, and it's not going to be good. There's just so much weighing on so little. So keep that situation in mind. Keep it close to your hearts. Definitely keep watch on it. And send positive energy that way. Honestly, I am at the point where I feel as if, like, okay, honestly, like, I'm getting frustrated. It's like, if shit is going to hit the fan, I'm tired of waiting for it to hit the fan, you know what I mean? I would rather just have it hit the freaking fan and explode already, so I can deal with it. Because waiting like this is just, I'm so tired of the suspense. People have this thing where Siri, I guess on iPhone, on the 27th of July, it says that the gates of Hades open. And honestly, I say bring it on. The sooner we get this over with, the better. What? I am so over it. Like, seriously, let the shit hit the fan already. Just bring it on. Bring it on. I'm so tired of waiting for all of this crap up in the air, up in the future. I mean, like, we have come up with so many freaking end time scenarios in our heads already that it's just like, let the ball roll, let it drop, let's go. And if we make it, we make it. If we don't, we don't. That's it, that's all. I mean, really. What is waiting going to do? Nothing. Okay, so I had to actually do a little tack on to my last video. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to slice these together. YouTube is not my favorite. Anyway, as soon as I posted my last video, I got a song in my head. And it has directly to do with Israel and the whole crisis that is going on there right now. The song is called, it's kind of an intense song, and I was like, what the heck, why is this in my head? It is called Bodies, and is by Drowning Pool. So, the song, it's kind of like a hardcore, like, rah song. It goes, I like kind of want to try to sing it, but it's not going to work. It goes, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor. Like, it gets a little crazy. And then it's like, 1, something's got to give. 2, something's got to give. 3, something's got to give. Now. Let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor, let the bodies hit the floor. Anyway, I can't get loud right now because I have roommates. I am telling you right now that God has a really sick sense of humor. If this song is about people freaking dying, but I just have a feeling that this is like a prophetic song, and that we are going to be seeing a bloody battle with a lot of loss of life. And that is how bodies hit the floor. So I will post a link to the song and the lyrics below. And just be prepared, because some of you people who only listen to regular Christian Maranatha music might be a little offended by the song. Just a pre-warning.